Hi, Leather Rokk here. We're going to do an LA Colors tutorial for their 6-pan eyeshadow palette called the Fling. And for the crease color, we are going to be using some colors from the LA Colors 12-color eyeshadow palette in Poppin' Purple. This I have gotten a lot of use of through the years, and there's a lot of colors in it that I don't like because this is tends to be a very matte, very neutral, very grayish palette. But for crease colors, it can come in handy, as we will see soon. Okay, first of all, I'm going to use my seaweed extract. Remember that stuff I showed you before? That is what I consider to be a knockoff on the very expensive La Mer stuff. First, you break the glass thing. Then you stick this on. Then you shake it up. Then you put it on the face, okay? This can even go on if you have a light coating of makeup. You can go on top of it. It's really good before doing other makeup. It sinks right in. It is 95% seaweed extract and 5% avocado oil. So it's really good for the skin. The only people this would not be good for are people who have an iodine allergy. So if you have an iodine allergy, please do not use this. But this is supposed to have skin regenerating qualities. It's supposed to have healing qualities. It's supposed to have scar healing qualities. It's supposed to have anti-aging things, antioxidants, all kinds of good things that we all want. Okay, now, I like to start with this from Max Factor. It is really amazing. This is the first coat eye primer. And remember I said before that I thought this looked a lot like the Ben Nye pots that I use. This is a Ben Nye white and the Ben Nye ultralight cream highlight. And this is called Ben Nye cream color in white. And I'll show you what they look like. This is the white. This is the ultralight. And so this is the Max Factor first coat that I'm going to use. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I get it as close to the eyebrow as possible without smearing my eyebrows, because I definitely don't want to do that. Alright. Okay. Then I'm going to get, then I'm going to tie my hair back so that it doesn't get in my nerves. And then I guess I can take this thing off. And if you like my earrings, I just got them today. I got out of the 99-cent store and I saw them, and to be honest with you, I've been eyeballing these earrings for months. And, you know, the fake silver will stay for years, but the fake gold seems to tarnish about 3 weeks after I bring it home. And the weird thing is these dollar stores are right on the boardwalk where you're exposed literally to the beach and the salt air right there. And why they wouldn't turn there, but I bring them home and they turn. Okay, now I'm going to do something you probably have never seen before. This is Scotch tape, but it's not the ordinary Scotch tape. This has a leopard print on it. And I'm going to take, whoops, not that piece that tore off. Okay, I'm going to take a piece, a new piece, like about this big, okay? I'm going to take 2 of them equal. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure, should I maybe look in the mirror? I want to go from the corner of my eye to my eyebrow, and I'll tell you why. Because this is going to serve as a guide so that when I get my eyeliner and my eyeshadow, I don't go crooked, okay? So this probably looks a little crazy, but this is actually a really good technique. And a lot of people take the tape and they touch it themselves a couple times first so it doesn't pull off too much in the end. But this is really old tape that I think I've only used to decorate an envelope a couple of times. So okay, see? Now, hopefully it won't end up poking the eye, because that would really suck. But this will serve as a guide. Okay, now let's get to the eyeshadows. Okay, I'm going to use a brush like this. And I told you I was going to use the LA Colors Fling palette. I really like this color. It has a lot of very bright colors. And I'm going to start from the inner corner. And I am going to touch it to this light blue color. And I don't know if I should really try to... Yeah, what the hell? You just stick your inner corner. This would be like maybe what you would do if you were highlighting. I may end up having to use a separate highlighter palette with this, by the way. Okay. Now, hopefully, if you use an underlayer like that Max Factor thing that I use, that gives this eyeshadow something to grip. Oh, you know what I would like to do? Just so that the shadows don't show up too dark. There's a technique that involves adding a shadow that is close to your skin tone so that when you apply the colors, you can still blend them. Okay, you see this color here? This is from Revlon. It's a wet dry eyeshadow, and the color is called Not Quite White. You see this? Now, most of you people couldn't use this. You can use this as a highlight. It's a matte color. It's like an eggshell color. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of put it on my eyes. Don't want to do it blind. Here. I'm just going to do it kind of very lightly like this. Okay? And then I'm going to do the other side. I'm not doing this heavy. I'm just doing this kind of light, just so that when I apply these colors, the blending that is necessary to gradiate them won't be so hard. Now, because the thing that I like about using that coat, that Max Factor stuff, is that it's going to make these things stand up a lot better. Okay, we have the light thing here. Now we're going to use our second color. And I'm going to use a brush like this. These are really hard to clean, I've noticed. And I'm going to use the color underneath this. And I'm going to get it on both sides. I'm going to use the mirror from the highlight palette. Now, you see, because I used that Not Quite White, that's going to make it harder to build these colors. That's one thing. So usually when I apply a brush to a shadow, I go like this. A lot of people, they complain about having too much dust because they scrub like this. But sometimes you have no choice but to scrub more when you really want to get color shadow onto the brush. Keep in mind, this is LA Colors, and every company will give you different color payoff. Okay. See what I did? Now, sometimes I almost wish I hadn't done that, but this keeps your crease color from ending up overpowering your look. Because if I decide not to use a powder color close to my skin, and I just put the crease color on, what ends up happening is all you can see is a crease color, and it becomes much more smoky than I had intended. See, that's the only thing I don't like about this technique, is you have to build it and build it and build it. Okay, it's time for our third color. And now these kind of brushes, these are designed only for packing. They're not for blending. Okay, my next color, I'm going to go for the greenest color of these. Now sometimes with these, it's so hard to get color on, you actually end up having to dig it up a little with the other end. And I'm going to do that because this is a less expensive line, which is what I like about it. I mean, but you want to get it, I want to get very close to, even to the point of overlapping the color that was on before. See? And you see where I had all that fallout on here? Just take advantage of that and put my brush in that. So if I've dug up a lot of shadow in my palette, I just take advantage of that. And do a check to make sure that it's as symmetrical as possible. Now, Okay. I'm going to try the darkest color in here. And you know what? I think it may be time for more brushes. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dig on this to make it show up more. I'm doing that because this is a softer brush and I don't want to fill this brush too much up with this color because I'm not going to try to swish it around. I want to give it a solid deposit. Because you see, I can only go to the edge of where the tape is. And this tape, I'm going to be glad that I put it on. It's going to help me be exact. Because that's very hard to do. Now, I was actually looking for plain old Scotch tape before filming this. And I mean, I know we have like at least 3 tubes tape things of it. And you think I can find it before the filming? Nope. Okay. Now, I think it's going to be time for a crease color. To go back in my... I thought that I had all my brushes laid out, and then I realized I was going to add colors that were not in that palette, in the original palette, for the crease. So, for the crease, you can use so many different kinds of brushes. I may use a very unorthodox brush. This is actually supposed to be a paintbrush, but this is going to be what I'm going to use for a crease color. Why am I using it? Because I can. Now, I'm thinking, should I do an upper color first, or should I do this? No, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I already decided I was going to use the darkest shade of this. And this, I'm just going to get the very tip of this in, because I just need a little bit. I'm going to tap it, because I don't want fallout. I could have put tape underneath here, which I was almost thinking of doing, but I realized if I had done under the eye patches I was thinking of doing, then this tape wouldn't have stuck. So, okay, I got a wee little bit of that solder on this. See what I'm going to do? I'm just going to... See? I'm going back and forth like a windshield wiper. Back and forth, back and forth. Now I'm glad that I put that not quite white on first. See? If I hadn't used that not quite white first on, if I'd just gone, put the Max Factor primer on, then started with the blue and the different gradiated things, and then I hit it with this color here, then this would have totally covered it up. It would have been dark. It would have looked like somebody punched me in the eye. Now, I'm going to touch this back to here. Look, I'm just touching, just tapping it. A little bit on this side, a little bit on that side. Then, tap it here so the excess doesn't fall on my face. Now, okay, can you see what I'm doing here? I'm getting right in the corner, right exactly in the crease. That's why I chose this skinny. This is actually a painter's brush. This isn't even a makeup brush. You know, it's soft. You know what? I'm going to touch a little bit more of this color to it. I'm using the Blacklight Highlight Palette mirror. That's a BH Cosmetics palette, but it's got a really nice mirror, and since I really don't trust how I can execute using my computer screen as a mirror. I mean, for some things I've been able to do it, and maybe it looks a little bit better. Before I had this hard drive fixed, I actually had a mirror taped to the other side of this lens, and actually the visuals were pretty good, but I don't have that mirror set up like that. So now, do you see the crease color? Okay, now I think I'm going to do some kind of highlight color in here. I could go over again with the not quite white. I could do that. Because there's other colors in here that are just absolutely too dark to go up there. I could go with another little palette. Now, you know what? There is the lightest color in this LA Colors palette, this 12 color eyeshadow palette called Poppin' Purple. Let's take a look at the lightest shade that's in here, that's left. The lightest shade that's left. There's a shade here that looks, again, it looks very gray to me, but it's really light for what's left of this palette. I'm just going to get a brush and hopefully, okay, here, I'll get another one of these brushes. Again, these are really hard to clean. And they seem to, I bet they're really good for liquid. I bet these are really good for foundation and for concealer. Okay, so the lightest shade here would be this gray thing. Do you see what I'm doing here? Both sides here. Now, I want to get that mirror again so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go like kind of just above, just above the crease, but I don't want to interfere with the highlight color. But you know what? Because I did that, I think I really better go over again with the Not Quite Right. It's really good to put foundation or something on the back of your hand so you can put these makeup brushes on your hand so you can see what they look like against your skin. You know, that's a really good idea. Okay, I'm going to hit it with the Not Quite White. I was going to use one of the highlighters from the Blacklight Highlight palette, but I didn't want to give a real iridescent, flashy, shiny look. See, I'm glad I used the Not Quite White because I have to make up for, when I used that color that I just put, that was very, very, very cool and almost on the dingy side, and I think that just, it was too dark for my skin coloring, and it just cast a shadow over my makeup, and it did not look, I want to say it didn't look natural, but I think that's kind of a ridiculous thing for me to say that something doesn't look natural. I mean, I don't think natural is the point of this makeup, but you see, it doesn't look better that Not Quite White. This color here helped me to blend that other eyeshadow out. So colors that are close to your skin color, if you put them on, especially near your brow bone or something, they help to blend an eyeshadow that you have applied that maybe is too jarring and too unnatural for your skin tone or something. It makes it a little bit more wearable, if that makes any sense. Now, do you think I should make the crease color any deeper? Or maybe let's add some eyeliner. Okay, because of the problems that I've been having with liquid eyeliners, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Kohl pencil again. I have been having good luck with this. I've been, you know, this does not really smear as long as I don't do it too heavy underneath. And if I start here, and I finally found a sharpener, I sharpened it real good before I went on camera. Okay, I'm going to do both of these eyes to the tape first. Another reason why makeup artists like to use this tape is because it helps them get the eye flick when they do their cat eye, when they do the eyeliner. It helps them flick it up at the exact same place. Now, it's harder to control a pencil to do that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reach over and I'm going to grab a liquid. Yeah. And I have two that are unopened right now. I have a choice of them. I'm going to go ahead and get my Wet n Wild H2O waterproof that really irritates me. I mean, it really does because it always comes off. But I'm only going to use this. And you see, you got to shake it. And I'm going to wipe off excess here. I'm only going to use this for the outside wings. Okay? And I'm going to just follow the lines of the tape. Isn't that easy? Let that dry a little. Now you see what the tape did? Use that as a guideline. Now, if you want, you can go over the pencil with a liquid, which you know I think I'll do. The way I see it, if it does decide to smear on me while I'm making this, then it'll give me something else to bitch about, right? Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead, though, and do the pencil underneath, because I would like to waterline with this. I never used to waterline before. I kind of wasn't always sure that it was the safest thing to do, but the way I see it, you always are sharpening it, so that kind of deals with the sanitary aspect. Just gotta watch out for the splinters. I like the different color, the effects you can get by different colors with waterlining. I like to use a white pencil, a frosty white pencil, or a real pale, real extremely pale pink pencil is a waterline, and that makes you look more wide awake. It gives you a bigger eyed look. That also can counter effect the look if you happen to have be bloodshot. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, now this is where I'm gonna try to waterline. I don't want to get out of camera here. I don't want to accidentally turn things off either. What do you think? Okay, now I'm going to take the tape off. See? Oh, it's even. See, that is great. Now, the parts that you weren't able to do, just correct with your pencil. Okay. Now, if my eyebrows aren't dark enough, this is a color that I use. This is a Maybelline Vivid Mattes. And this is a color that I loved when I saw it in the ads, and one of my mother's friends sent a coupon for it, and I got $1 off, and it was actually something that I got in a physical store, because so much of my makeup I buy online anymore. If I wanted to, I could darken this up a little bit more, and this is how I do it. And this is just basically following my eyebrows and making up for anything that might look asymmetrical. And then a lot of times I will blot this so that it doesn't come off on my clothes. Okay. And if it's not perfectly symmetrical, I'm not going to trip out about it because I have bigger fish to fry, right? Okay. And, alright. Now, if you want to know, the makeup that I am using is this. And I actually already have some on because if I have any kind of eyebrow color on and I did not have that color on, then say I do the eyebrows first and then I did this, I would just smear it and my whole face would be purple and I would look like Veruca Salt and then some. So let me kind of clean my hands off a little bit with some rubbing alcohol because I think I want to add a little bit more foundation on. My sinuses have been acting up today. Oh, it's very, very humid out there, and when I took a walk on the boardwalk, there was this mist that was falling, the kind of mist that I think is actually really good for your skin, you know? Okay, I want to take a look in the mirror to make sure that this isn't crooked. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more foundation. I really don't like using anything but my hands. Be very, 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 very careful to stay away from my eyebrows. And I want to really avoid my eyeliner because smudging is such a drag. I wish I had some dusting powder. You know? Now, in lieu of the contouring that I usually use, I'm going to use something from L'Oreal HIIP High Intensity Pigments. This is a color I'm absolutely crazy about. It's called Elated, and the number is 876 or 836 or 8 something 6, but it's this purple color, and it's a solid cream. This probably lasts a person 50 years. And I might have to turn the light out so you can see how gorgeous this color is. It's absolutely sumptuous. And I am going to use this in lieu of a contour. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Blending it here. I'm only going this far. This will act like a facelift. It'll pull your face, pull everything up visually. This right under the cheekbone. Now, make sure it's symmetrical. See? Clean off my hand. Put the lid on the foundation so I don't spill it on myself, because that would really suck. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I should accentuate that crease color, because that is not dark enough. And I think it really needs to have more impact. So here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use a brush, a different brush. Instead of using this brush here, I want to have more control, because that's the one thing about a brush like this. It doesn't really have much control. You think I should use that, deepen that? Or do you think I should add another color up here? No. You know what? Let's do another color up here. Something from this. Okay? Back to the LA Colors 6-pan eyeshadow in Fling. And let's use this color here. Want to try that? Okay. Put the thing, brush in, swish it around. And let's see here. Going to go over just a little bit higher than the crease color was. Do you like that? There. That's nice. What do you think? Okay. Do the same thing on the other side. Hope it's symmetrical. Hope you don't get fallout on the cheeks. What do you think? Alright, I see something I don't like with my eyeliner in the corner. Caught my eye. This is going to here. Okay, I'm going to use another liquid eyeliner. I'm going to correct something I see. This is bugging me. Okay. Alright. There. I think that looks better. And of course, this eyeliner is different. This is the Telescopic waterproof, L'Oreal Telescopic. And this is what the brush looks like with this. This is very pointy. This is made of like a rubbery kind of a point that you could actually really do serious damage if you were not careful. This is not something I would work with on Sunday mornings where I live, that's for sure. Now, here's what I'm going to use for mascara. I'm going to use the LA Colors. This is just black mascara. It's very portable. And this is something, it's not something that's going to make something out of nothing, but it is something that will define the lashes. And once it hardens on the lashes, even though it's not waterproof and there's nothing on the packaging says anything about having water resistant qualities, I think it has some kind of water resistance once it dries down. I notice when I remove it, now I don't have to use oils to remove this. If this is my mascara, I can get away with water as long as I soak my lashes and soften them. Then this will come off. So I think this would fall under the category of the washable waterproof mascaras. And those are really great. They're like a cross between the really, truly waterproof formulas that you can actually swim in and you can wear them all day when you have high humidity. For me, a big problem with mascaras is they will break down when they are exposed to my foundations. That's why I'm looking for a setting powder now. I had like a quarter teaspoon left of a translucent powder that I was holding on to for quite a long time that I hardly ever used. But these kind of products, I find we keep revisiting them and finding new uses for. I don't use powders as frequently as I did when I was a kid, but I find that they're really good for use in keeping your eyeshadow from sticking to you when you're applying it. They are good for setting your under eye, your concealer, so that it does not cause your mascara and eyeliner to do that raccoon thing. And that raccoon thing is the bane of my existence anymore. It never used to be my issue before when I had reliable mascaras and eyeliners and I would just put them on and I knew that no matter how many dancing sets I did all day or how much heavy SPF I had to grease myself up with, it didn't cause my makeup to run or smear or anything. And so I don't understand why this would be an issue. It's pretty bad when I will be out and my eyeliner will be running right when everybody's grabbing me to take my picture and stuff, and I have to say, oh, excuse me, and I have to bring out a mirror, and I'm looking at Alice Cooper. Come on. And sometimes I could tell because my eyelids get wet, they get sweaty, or my eyes get irritated and moist, and so that makes things run a little bit. If I can feel my eyes are wet, then I can know to grab a mirror and dry my eyes. And sometimes drying my eyes will fix it right there. But if I have to actually start from scratch and everything, that could cause me to tell a person, can you give me 5 minutes, please, because I have to go and fix things. And that could be awkward when it's out at a club and we're all watching a live band or something, People are out with their family and their friends, and they say, oh, let's grab a picture with her, and my makeup's running, and I have to stop everything so that I can fix my makeup. It can kill the mood sometimes, This is a mascara that I wasn't thrilled with at first. Like it's not going to coat the bottom lashes and make them really that obvious. But this is not a mascara to use when you really, really, really need a whole lot of drama. This is a good everyday mascara. I notice if you put too much on the lower lashes, it doesn't seem to stick at all. And all you do is get it only adheres to the area that you already probably have eyeliner on. So that's my one main critique of this mascara. It obviously has some substance to it, because when I do this, look, it has liquid in it. It's not very, very, very thin, but when I do like this, I don't know if you can see this, it doesn't seem to really get on my lashes. And you've got to be careful with a mascara like this. Especially if you didn't wipe off on the edge. You know, you're supposed to wipe mascaras off on the edge, the very tip. But because I didn't do that, it's very easy for globs of mascara to get right at the base of the lash. And number one, this will add to the time it takes to dry, and it'll increase the chance of your mascara smudging. But it also will impede the mascara. What you want it to do is coat the whole length of the lash, so that it makes your lashes appear as long as possible. If the mascara stays as a blob at the base of your lashes, it's not going to give you the illusion of length, and you'll be lucky if it makes your lashes look visible at all. So I try to do a swishing motion. I do like to do vertical. This seems to accentuate them as much as possible. If you know that your lashes go in a certain direction, kind of like when your hair has a cowlick, you can't really fight the direction it goes. If you know the lashes actually go like this, might as well just put the mascara wand in that direction, because you have to find the lashes to try to coat them. Then when this mascara dries on the lashes, then you can make the pass over those coated lashes to try to accentuate them more. So one thing this kind of mascara is good for is you can go repeatedly over it, because you're not getting stuck in clogged up, clumpy mascara covered lashes when you do this. It just spikes your lashes really nicely in these fine little spikes. I'm pretty sure there are no fibers in this, so you could repeatedly go over there. You're not going to get stuck. And I think if you do this enough times, you should be able to see something a little bit more, get a little bit of definition. So if I'm just running to the corner store, or going to the bank, or going on little errands or something, that mascara is perfectly fine. You know, and sometimes I like to not have too many mascaras open, because you want to use them before they get bacterial growth. But it's nice to have a repertoire, so you don't want to use your favorite mascara that has fibers that say only goes on sale 4 times a year. You don't want to necessarily use it so much that it dries out when you're making all these 7-Eleven runs, and then it's not good enough to wear when you want to go to the club, or you want to go on video or something. So that's why I like to have choices with my mascaras. Now, I should give that some time to dry. Sometimes one of the things I like to do, if I really want to make sure that I don't have the raccoon eyes, is I take a piece of tissue and I blink right over the tissue. Of course, there's a chance that I may end up with white tissue flakes on my mascara. But if I do this, upper and on the lower lash, that's one way to help prevent the smudging. Now, just a little bit. I really wish I had some setting powder. Okay. Now, I need to pick out a lipstick. And to save time, I already have. Oh, I wanted to show you what some of my new brushes look like when I get them. This brand, and it's called Vivace or Vivace, V-I-V-A-C-E. This is what the packaging looks like. You see that? This is a new brush that I got. Well, new. I got it actually like 3 months ago, and I wanted to set it aside in the packaging because I wanted to show it on video. It says Angled Eyeshadow Brush 53004. Okay, this company, I get a lot of their brushes. Why spend $30, $40 for a brush from those expensive companies when you can get a brush like this that I have not been disappointed by the quality? It says, easy to use shadow brush that will ensure perfect application every time. Holds just the right amount of color for an even distribution. Fits into creases as well for all quick blend of color. And this is from boutiquenails.com. BEAUTIQUE.com. So that's who puts out this brand of eyeshadow brushes. Now there's another brush. Now this does not have a brand name on it. It just says contour brush. And I love the shape of it. It's it says Ocean Desert Sales, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's oceandesertsales.com. That is a company that supplies a lot of Chinese imported goods to the 99-cent stores in the Philadelphia/Atlantic City area. And look at this brush. I love it. Okay, back to the lipstick I'm going to put on. This is a Katy Kat matte lipstick line from CoverGirl. And I took a look at like 30 lipstick colors before deciding on a color that I thought was appropriate. Because I wanted something that wasn't too neutral. I didn't want something too dark. I didn't want something really bright. And I chose this. I really like this. Yeah. I've been using the hell out of it too. This mascara, this lipstick I got in my first Ulta order. I think I prefer shopping in Ulta in person, to tell you the truth. Because when they have these sales where if you get $60 worth of stuff, then you get a bunch of samples. The more I think about it, well, even though at first it seems like an appealing idea, half the samples I can't use because they're these crappy fragrances, or if they're foundation samples, they're always for medium, which doesn't fit anybody except whoever is in that exact middle color range. So many of the things don't apply, or things are like self-tanners. What the hell would I want a self-tanner for? I want to add some more to this. What do you think? What color do you think this needs? I think this needs more of the dark blue. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to put some more dark blue in. Okay? Because I'm looking at that in the mirror, and it's looking so subtle. Here, how's about just here? See? You like that? Okay, here. See, I knew it needed something. It's kind of like when somebody's made a meal and they've spiced it a certain way and you eat it. And you're eating it and there's something's missing. Something's flat. Can't put a finger on what it is. Okay. See, I'm packing. I'm not blending. Do you like it? Do I have enough mascara? What about in the corner here? That looks like I need more mascara just in the corner. Ooh, the mascara is almost falling off my computer. Yeah. What do you think? Okay, now that is a look with mostly LA Colors products, the LA Colors Fling palette, and the LA Colors Poppin' Purple, which is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. And that is how I do my makeup. Hands, not much in the way of tools except for my brushes. I love my brushes. And I didn't end up using the concealer that I often do use. And I don't know what I would do without my Max Factor pot here. This is really amazing. I really recommend it. The first coat, especially my pale girls. And guys, makeup is not just for girls. Makeup is for everybody. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up here. And I would love to have you subscribe. Join my family. Hit the bell notification thingy. You'll know when I put my product out here. I try to post 3 times a week. I do it because I love it. You know, they demonetized our asses. They don't care. So if you got to do it, you got to do it because you love it, right? I will make more of these things. Let me know what you like. Let me know what your favorite color is. I'll do what I want anyway. Talk to you soon. Bye.